终能与你浪迹红尘一趟。
All of you make way! The Empress and Crown Prince have arrived!
Unfortunately, His Majesty was poisoned. It's a good thing the treatment was timely, and he's not in danger. All the affairs in the court cannot be delayed, even for a day. Therefore, I have news to tell all of you today. I have talked to the Prime Minister. From this day on, the Crown Prince shall temporarily govern the nation. With Prime Minister as regent. I must ask all of you if you agree with this decision.
Yes, Your Grace.
Yes, Your Grace. Yes, we do.
Your Highness! Your Highness! I'm begging you, please help my family! Please help me! Please!
Wandru, concubine Shi committed such a heinous crime. The evidence cannot be denied. How do you expect me to save her?
No, I have to save my aunt! Aunt and His Majesty have deep affection for each other. How could she fathom poisoning His Majesty?
If it wasn't concubine Shi, then who is it? I saw it myself. If I didn't see it, I wouldn't believe it either. All these years, my father showed sole favor to your aunt. He prefers Tsitan. Mother and uncle have been so dissatisfied. Now I feel they are onto something. Listen to me. Don't forget, you are Shi Wanru. From Shi family, the rest of your family have been imprisoned. You're the only one who's lucky enough to have your freedom. If I were you, I wouldn't get myself into trouble. Otherwise, you'll be in danger.
But what should I do? No one can save me from this but you. If father and aunt dies, I'd rather die too.
My goodness.
Please help me, Your Highness. I beg you, please save them. Please.
Yes, all right. We're together now, and I'm your husband. I'll talk to my mother and make sure you're safe. But for your father and noble consort Shi, no one can save them, except for my father. If my father wakes up, then there is hope for them. Listen, I will go see my father now.
Do you also want to risk your life for people like them?
Brother, I only want to do it for you.
There are more important things to worry about.
I know that.
Wen Zhongshen and other officials are very close to the Shi family. You should be careful.
All right, I understand. But brother, what happened? We had our chance. Why didn't you kill him? Why did you keep him alive?
This is the perfect condition. He's neither dead nor alive. In this way, it would be much easier to stabilize everything. If his brothers who had fought him for the throne came back to the capital and brought their troops, how can you fight them with only thousands of soldiers? Only Xiao Qi can fight them with 200,000 soldiers in Ningxuo army.
How are we going to deal with the Shi family, as well as the third prince? Wait, brother. You... Mother...
How is your father doing?
I came here to watch over my father. I'm quite worried. He's not responding to anything.
Your father has treated you so poorly. When he wakes up and realizes you're so filial, I'm certain he will regret all the bad things he did to you.
Mother? Did Consort Shi and Zitan poison my father?
The wine concert she offered him was poisonous.
Then that means... it's my fault too. I shouldn't have been in such a hurry to present the seal. But I really don't understand, Mother. Why did they do such a thing to Father? I know Father loves Zitan so much. Greed pushes people to do terrible things.
My son, the entire Empire and I are relying on you now.
Mother, I will not fail you, I promise.
Why are you pressuring me?
No, I'm not. This is for the Crown Prince and our family.
Fine. Now that you've mentioned this issue, my son and I have no chance to back out. But there is something I want you to promise me.
Say it.
For the competition, I promise I won't get in your way. Do whatever you want. But the moment you hurt Zilong, I'd be very disappointed and hurt as well. If something bad happens and you break your promise, I will go my own way, and I'll never trust you again.
Your son will not be the only one who will be used as a pawn. For the Wang family, every single member will be pawns. Therefore, issue an imperial edict to marry Awu to Xiaoqi.
With you around, I won't be afraid of anything.
What if I'm not around?
What do you mean? Where will you go? I don't want you to leave.
Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. On the same day next year, I promise,
If you say your wish out loud, it won't come true.
when we marry, you won't be in the Wang family. I won't be the third prince. We will travel around the world and have a free life. So beautiful.
I will never be separated from Titan. For the rest of my life. Brother Titan!
Awu!
Brother
Awu!
Titan! Brother Titan!
Awu! According to the imperial physician, there was poison in the wine that His Majesty drank. It is called aconite. It is produced in Shenzhen County. I ordered a search inside Shi's mansion. Indeed, there was aconite found there. The entire Shi family have been arrested, and they will be punished.
With all due respect, Your Highness, the CA family has been an important and decent clan. Even if the poison aconite was found inside Consort CA's palace, it's quite unjust to put the entire CA family in prison. I suggest we don't act rashly. Let's wait until His Majesty wakes up before we make a decision to avoid any trouble. Perhaps it's the wisest step.
Minister Wen, His Highness is governing the nation on behalf of His Majesty. Are you questioning his decision?
Highness Empress Wan, His Highness does govern the nation, but when there's a wrong decision made, even if His Majesty made the order, it's my duty to discuss my opinion about it.
Is he under your control when you yourself said he's governing the nation?
I apologize, but I think this decision is quite suspicious. Besides, we don't have any evidence. If you want to eliminate a century-old clan because of some wine with poison, I'm afraid you might not succeed.
If Noble Consort Shi admits it herself, then she and her family are to blame for what happened. Then, what are you going to do about that?
I shall wait and see. Highness Empress Wan, please show justice to our people.
All right.
Dismissed!
You are all dismissed!
We pay our respects to you. Good day, Your Grace. Good day, Your Highness.
We're innocent! We did nothing wrong!
Yes, we did nothing wrong. Please, we are innocent. Have mercy on us, please. Have mercy, please.
You have to let us go!
We didn't do anything
Please, I just
wrong.
want to go home! You were wrong!
Please have mercy. Free us.
Heartless!
Please. Don't deserve to be here.
If I'm lucky, and I get out of this prison alive, I'm going to spend the rest of my life in making your family pay for what you've done. I will get my revenge. Mark my words.
What a surprise. I didn't expect this. You're still quite calm. I must admit, I never saw you as the arrogant type. But today, you impressed me with your behavior.
I heard that there's always a last meal given to prisoners before they are executed. Are you here to say goodbye to me?
You're not worried about the wine being poisoned?
I'll die sooner or later. When I saw you coming here, I knew His Majesty isn't doing well. Whether I'm here or not, will it make any difference?
You are truly in love with him, aren't you? Let me make a toast to you, for the women of noble clans who suffered a terrible fate.
You didn't come here to share a drink with me. You need a favor. Why don't you tell me what you want?
Awu was begging for my help. I don't want to disappoint her or make her upset. I'm here to persuade you, so you can do something to keep your son alive.
Keep my son alive? What are you talking about? I didn't poison His Majesty. You should keep my son out of it.
You stayed in the harem for years. Don't act so naive. Does it even matter who poisoned His Majesty?
What exactly do you want from me?
All I want is for you to follow everything I tell you to do. Titan can live, but you have to die. Otherwise, the rest of your family will die too. What I need you to do is for you to write a letter and give the courtiers an explanation.
I can write it for you. But you have to make a promise to me right now. If you ever break this promise and harm my son and family, I'm going to make you pay, even under my grave. Your Majesty, without you, there's no reason to live. In another life, perhaps the two of us can be happy together.
Empress Wang, Noble Consort Shi has already committed suicide.
I can finally sleep peacefully tonight.
Noble consort, she admitted it and ended her life to escape punishment. We also have evidence and a witness against the Shi family. They poisoned His Majesty to take over the throne. What could be the punishment we can give them for the crime they committed?
To be honest, I didn't expect the Shi family to do this, to think he was only a duke. Prime Minister, according to the law, the Shi family should be executed with no exceptions.
Duke Huan.
Yes, Your Highness. Do you have any news?
Noble Consort CA has written a confession letter in prison. The entire CA family will be executed. The third prince will be punished too. There's a rumor in the palace that the Empress will issue a decree to marry Wang Shuwan to Lord Yu Zhang.
What a clever move. Wang Lin used his own daughter in exchange for 200,000 soldiers. If you ask me, it's a pretty good deal, Your Highness.
Yes. Just think about it. When Zilong took advantage of CA Wanru, he remained calm and collected after it happened. He already had a plan in mind. He responded quite quickly, and he knew exactly what to do.
I agree, Your Highness. I know that Wang Lin had long wanted the throne. But I must say, lords in different places are very strong. Wang Lin shouldn't make a move. If they find out that His Majesty has been poisoned, they'll surely attack with their troops. If Wang Lin wants to fight against them, he has to rely on Lord Yu Zhang's Ningxuo army. He'll execute the Shi family and get closer to Lord Yu Zhang. It's like hitting two birds with one stone.
I already prevented Lord Yu Zhang from marrying CA Wanru. I will also not allow him to marry Wang Shuwan.
Princess, please don't wait for the third prince. Don't wait for him anymore. He's not going to come back. Something happened in the palace today, and your father won't be back for a while.
No, Mother. I'm going to wait for him. I need to know the reason why Zitan was arrested. It doesn't make sense. I know Zitan was my uncle's son. I don't get it. Why would he poison his own father? Mother, you're the eldest princess. I'm sure they'll listen to you. Why don't you go to the palace and save them? Zitan is innocent. He's a good man. I'm sure he didn't do it. Mother, I'm begging you, please.
Oh, I can't even save my own brother from them. What makes you think I can save other people too?
Ow, your mother's feeling sad too. Why don't you go back to your room?
Oh.
There he is! Your master is back!
Brother, what happened?
I couldn't find father. The Empress told me you wouldn't save Zitan unless you marry Lord Yu Zhang.
Awu!
Hey, Awu! Awu!
Awu! Awu!
Awu!
Awu! Princess!
Your Highness! Your Highness! Where are you going?
Awu!
Come back here!
Princess, His Majesty is not awake yet. You're not allowed to enter.
Uncle! How is he doing? Uncle, please wake up. Uncle. Uncle. Zitan is innocent. Uncle. I'm begging you. Wake up. Please, Uncle, you need to save him. Uncle, Zitan didn't do anything wrong. Please save him, Uncle.
No one else can save him now, other than you. Your brother must have told you by now. You can't save Zitan unless you marry Lord Yu Zhang. Au. I know it's hard to do this. I feel so sorry for you. But it's my duty as Empress to tell you what needs to be done. You need to make a decision. I put on this crown when I was 16. Ever since that day, I took on the responsibility. Life was so easy. I worried about nothing before I got married. Like you, I was a spoiled daughter, and I thought my life would go on according to my plans. However, from the moment I became the Empress, I completely accepted the fact that all of those wonderful dreams were an illusion and will never come true. Your aunt was married to Lord Qingyang, who is over 20 years older than her. She gained something by doing that. Military power. Oh. You're all grown up now. You're an adult. Stand on your own, because you can't depend on your family forever. You have to understand the truth, that in life, sometimes you have to do things you don't want to. Everyone must accept the destiny that's given to them.
Is there no other way to save him, Aunt?
Lord Qingyang is too old now. Our family needs to gain more power. If you don't do this, Zatan will be...
Then I will do it. I will do it.
All of you, here is the decree. Her Highness Princess Shanyang is now at her marrying age. Lord Yushang Shaoqi, who is brave and skillful in military warfare, will soon be her husband, as the two have been approved to get married. It is hereby proclaimed to everyone across the country.
This is the type of ceremony I ended up with. What used to be my dream as a little girl was completely ruined by reality. I'm the bloodline of a rich and powerful noble clan. The Wang family is like the shackle I can never break away from. What Wanru said was right. My aunt couldn't escape. And neither could she, and neither could I. The old me who was carefree and happy and ignorant about life, she's gone now. A part of me died. My aunt was right. No one else could save Zitan but me.
Her Highness is back.
As the eldest princess, you should know that this is a state affair. This is not a family matter.
What state affair? Yes, I'm the eldest. All I know is I'm a mother, too. What I care about as a parent is to show how much I love my child and put their needs before myself. Tell me, aren't you Awu's father? Don't you care about her?
This is not a simple matter. Our daughter's getting married. We are uniting a powerful general into our noble family.
You'll offer my daughter to win the support of a general? She's not an object you can give to someone else. When my brother became ill, did you think you had no obligation anymore? To look after me or your own daughter?
Do you think the noble class is still as powerful as it was before? And do you think that the world is as peaceful as it used to be? You were born in the palace, and married a prime minister. You had a privileged life. You are used to all this. The imperial court suffered, and the military power is out of control! All established clans have lost their splendor now. You have seen it with your own eyes! You saw how the Gu family and the Shi family lose their power. Did you know how those clans dominated before? Those clans were loyal families. Do you think I was the only one who suffered for the prosperity of our noble family? When my two sisters were younger, one of them got married. It was unfortunate. His Majesty didn't love her. My other sister ended up marrying Lord Qinyang. He was old but had the military power. Because of it, we were able to rise to power and manage to maintain authority. With the help of the military power, we won against our enemies and kept our integrity. Otherwise, people like you wouldn't be able to live your life in splendor. Lord Qinyang is dead now. His offspring have lost their reputation as god of war. If we don't marry our daughter to a powerful general, what's next for us? And how can you or your daughter live a glorious life? Where would you end up?
Prime Minister, you seem to have missed one thing. For the sake of glory, you forced yourself to end up with me, even though I'm the eldest princess. You pretended to love me for many years, and now you are going to marry your daughter to someone who belongs in the lower class.
From the lower class? Who else among the noble clans are equipped and prepared to go to war right now? You see, in today's world, if the soldiers from the lower class didn't fight for us, or if Shao Qi didn't fight all those enemies, there would be chaos everywhere. Shao Qi has been promoted again and again until he became a lord. That's the royal family's netting of military power. Let alone to let him marry my own daughter. If Shao Qi wants a princess, His Majesty would totally agree.
Father! A real man shouldn't reinforce his family status only by means of marriage! With your permission, I'll join the army.
My son.
That's great. You have ambition. You have ambition! After you marry and have your own son, you will represent our family and will go on to defend the border, or go to war if you wish. I'll support you. It's up to you whether you want to live or die. Tomorrow, you must give me a grandson. You think you can do it? Huh? Now you want to take responsibility? It's too late. If you were truly ambitious, do I need to marry off my own daughter to a powerful general now? Go away!
I won't let my daughter get married by force. Or else, I would rather die right in front of him.
Father. Mother. The edict has been given. I'm willing to marry Lord Yizhang.
Oh.
Awu, what are you saying?
I've admired him for a long time. And he saved me before. It's my absolute wish to marry a hero. Please let me marry him.
You haven't said a word since you came out of the palace, and you were just asked to marry Princess Xiangyang. Why do I feel like there's something strange going on? Should I congratulate or sympathize?
Why are you confused? I don't get what you're saying.
It's just Princess Xiangyang. is the unruliest woman I've seen. She has a nice appearance and temperament. If you marry a woman like her, I'd congratulate you. And if I should sympathize with you, you clearly saved her. Prime Minister Wang told the public that you held his daughter in your arms, but shortly after His Majesty was poisoned, Prime Minister Wang suddenly forced his own daughter to get married to you. There's something fishy going on. It's so peculiar.
If you were in my position, what would you do?
If I were in your shoes, I'd live my life and marry that woman. We won't associate with the Prime Minister. Hey, what will you do?
Go to sleep.
Oh. Go to sleep?
Your Majesty, you have been so unkind. You shouldn't blame me for being unrighteous.
Merciful Buddha, please hear my plea and tell me what I should do.
What a surprise. I didn't expect to see you in my palace today. Warm welcome. Is there anything I can do for you?
I just came to visit my brother. Did the Imperial Physician tell you when he will wake up?
Servants, get Her Highness some tea. Sit down. To tell you honestly, I'm not comfortable talking about it. The physician told me that he was lucky to be alive. It was a miracle. As for when he will wake up, or whether he can still wake up, I believe it all depends on his own fate.
Empress, could you ask the servants to leave? There's something I'd like to tell you in private.
Leave us for a moment. Your Highness, please get to the point.
My daughter Awu can never marry Lord Yucheng.
Don't bother whether Lord Yuzhang will ally with Wang Lin. As soon as the wedding is over, Wang Lin will keep Xiao Qi in the army. Even if Wang Lin rebels 200,000 soldiers, we'll assume that Xiao Qi works for Wang Lin, and they won't do anything. Considering Wang Lin's forces, the lords of the Ma family may not become his opponent or go against him, as long as Xiao Qi doesn't take any action.
You have a valid point, Duke Huan. That's why I can't allow Awu to marry Xiao Qi. Otherwise, when the Wang family manages to get the full support from the Ningzhou army, my royal family will be in danger. You're so wise, Duke Huan.
Your Highness, for this matter, you shouldn't do this by yourself.
Yes, I know. We need somebody who will do it for us, huh?
Princess Jinmin, you're His Majesty's sister. And I know you grew up in the palace. Have you ever seen an imperial edict that was issued and overturned?
Just a month ago, my brother asked me a question on how much I knew about my own husband, the Prime Minister, after being married for so many years. And now, I want to ask you the same thing. Empress Wang, how much do you know about your very own brother?
He cares about the Crown Prince and the Wang family. He's also a responsible father.
You think so? Why didn't you describe him as a very ambitious man instead?
Is there a man who isn't ambitious?
Have you ever wondered if he wanted to overstep the royal family? And he wants to pick another emperor? Empress Wang, you're from the Wang family, and a daughter-in-law of the Ma family, and the mother of the crown prince. If the prime minister asks the crown prince to give up his throne and give it to the Wang family, would that be all right with you?
Watch your words, Your Grace. Are you going to slander your own husband and accuse him of usurping the throne because you disagree with your daughter's marriage?
Did a member of the Shi family indeed poison His Majesty? I heard a conversation between my husband and Wang Shu. He doesn't simply want to be Zilong's uncle. He's interested in the throne too.
I don't believe you. He won't because he's Zilong's uncle.
Awu is his own family. To gain military power, he is willing to sacrifice his daughter. What makes you think that he won't dare to sacrifice his nephew Zilong?
I want you to leave right now. I'm going to pretend that this never happened.
时间追逐远去的戎马，若思念尚优雅，为何刻在天下？泪可寄情难夹。
听风哭哑如千丈悲家，梦中一念你笑颜如花。此去现一怒马，归来迎你温雅，心难舍放。等沧海洗尽了铅华，
与你花前月下，
因为你此生才不剩繁华。等云海烽烟淡化，
天涯尽处归家，
我们在相约于春秋冬夏，
为你望相逢时那一刹那，
用一生的步伐
去挣扎，去牵挂，
终为你。乾坤变化，
天涯尽处归家，
我们在